Allow me to introduce you to this 1984 Volkswagen something or other. This has been dropped off to me. I'm supposed to put it back together. Apparently they did an engine swap in the thing and they basically dropped it in, and that's about as far as they went. So I'm left to try to hook everything back up, which includes all these, I don't even know, So I've got to, essentially my job is to hook this all up and make it work and put it back together. Somebody started the project, got so far, and that was that. Gave up, and now it's my turn. Dropped it off to me and said, best of luck. So this is going to be my walk around of it, just so you can see what it's like before I start on it, and eventually, hopefully with some time and some effort and a little bit of research, I can put this thing back together and get it into running shape. It's not too bad of a car for being as old as it is. Like, it's 2017 now, and this thing I believe is an 84 with, I think if I've got everything correct that the guy was telling me, it's a 1984 chassis with a 1991 engine and something like that, but I'm not even sure. This thing is just a clusterfuck right now. So eventually I've got to figure it out. Like, he doesn't even know if the timing's right. Apparently when he bought this engine from somewhere, it didn't have a timing belt on it at the time, but the guy that he bought it off of said he just took the timing belt off of it because he needed it on something else. So this guy that owns this car just slapped a timing belt on it and said, there you go. She said, like, that's one thing I got to do as well. He said, check the timing because I don't know if it's right. So I've got quite a project ahead of me. As you can see, there is no rad, no nothing. There's this bracket down here, which isn't even connected to anything yet. So this is pretty well the condition that the engine bay is in. Forget the rest of the car. Now, somebody has already had at this car. They've chopped the suspension and gone for that stanched look, I guess you could call it, because, you know, the wheels have got that camber look going on. So, and the car is slammed onto the ground. But, you know, for what it is, there's a little bit of rust on it, but nothing too major. Apparently this thing's Instagram famous. You know, but this is the interior. Forget the seats, because these seats are just trash, but there's exhaust right through the middle of the car. There's a steering wheel that I don't even know if that belongs to this thing. You know, that's just the interior. So, but for what this car is, I mean, it's a Jetta. Okay, this is a 1984 Jetta, I think. But yeah, it's not too bad on the inside. Like, it's really not for what this car is. Again, it's got apparently 217,000 on it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's not too bad, really. I'm kind of impressed. Oh, tell me it's got a crank sunroof. Like, that's a crank for the sunroof. Does that tell you how old this damn car is? When's the last time you saw a crank for a sunroof? I don't even think I've seen a crank for a sunroof. And I do this almost every day for a living. Jesus. Wow, this thing's old. It's older than I am. Oh. Well, you got tires in the back seat. Laid out fabrication. And I'm assuming they are the ones that had their hands on this thing before me. Not the owner, but somebody. This is the trunk of the thing. Again, full of parts. I got fluids. There's a battery down in here. I think the guy said the battery was relocated to the trunk. Like, it's just throw it in here, but I think there's proper wires back here to hook it up. I haven't even started looking at this thing. This is it.